Hello, and you are back to the second part of Spirit Talk Show, talking to Pedro Pena from Mt Stuttering Life, reading stories with me, having a conversation about what it's like to be a stutterer in our world, and you know, and how our communication style is just okay, and that's who we are, and that's part of what we do. But you're listening to Spirit Talk Show. If you would like to get involved, you can go to spirittalkshow.com and see all our information there. And continuing to read stories with Pedro. Hey Pedro, are you ready to get back into this story? I know, I'm sorry I cut you off there, but we were kind of ringing out. We talked so long. I was loving the conversation. You know what? And sometimes I'm okay with the show just being a conversation on one story. I'm totally okay. I don't live by rules. I live by what feels right. So if we want to just talk about stuff, we can do that too. But let's get back into this story. I think you ended in your story. It was right here is where you ended, okay? And I know you read more, but the recording stopped. So we're going to go back into it right there, okay?
All right.
And
Okay.
so when you're ready, and it was flawless, but by the way, it was almost, I mean,
It's random, Doyle.
what you were, I noticed on your website, it says you're a voice actor. So you actually do some voice acting?
I am I went to school, a training. And
Hmm.
so and here is the crazy part, Doyle. This is the crazy part. Okay. And so, I meet with all of these, I mean, amazing producers,
Hmm.
you know, you know, uh, like high-ranking people.
Yeah.
And so I tell them, well, I try to tell them because, I still have my stutter. And so I tell them, who I am and what I have. And they just have it already in their head
Yeah.
that I am not going to be successful. They have it already all predestined, all pre-planned. And then here is the kicker. They will email me a script,
Hmm.
and give me like a whole week. And so what I do is I do a script analysis. I go over it, I practice it, and then I hop in here in my studio. And I don't know how to put it into words, but once I am in here and I put on my headphones and then I hit record, a switch in my head, it goes off.
Yeah.
And so I am not Pedro anymore. I am an actor who has, a script. And I mean, you know, I'm everything it comes out. And when I tell you, you know, all these producers and directors, and whatnot, their eyes get huge and their mouths all drop open, and they're like, how can you do this? And I said, I don't know how to put it into words. I just have a switch in my head, and so I go into, actor mode, and it just goes. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a head scratcher, Doyle.
Well, well, you know that I know because I have been an actor and I worked in entertainment sometimes, and sometimes it's just like pow, like pro, and sometimes you get on the word and it's like you cannot get that word out. That word will not leave your mouth. It's right there. It's right there in your mouth, and you can say like the word. The first word here is the, right? And it's like
Yeah.
it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Say it. Why can't you say it? And then people are watching you, and people are looking at you, and you're going, okay, 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 okay. We talked about when we were off air, like a 1 second pause. People expect that. 3 second pause. People are starting to get uncomfortable. 5 second pause. People are saying, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Seven
Is he
second,
okay? How
yeah.
about we call 911?
7 second pause. It's like, is he having a stroke or something? What's happening here? And that's what
I'll call
happens.
911.
And that's the horror of, yeah. So, and it's hard to describe to people who don't have these fluency
Yeah.
problems. What it's like. And by the way, I think voice acting is cool. I'd love to get into it myself. I'm actually looking into it. It sounds really fun.
I mean,
Um,
um, the most happiest. I mean, when I'm talking about happiness, I'm talking about, a joy. There is a joy in acting. I mean, uh, when I am doing a play, I mean, I am not Pedro.
mhm.
I am the character in the play, and the character does not have a stutter. And so when I walk onto the stage, I am not Pedro. I am the character. And so, uh, I will handle everything and do everything. And at the end, this is a crazy part, Doyle. This is a crazy part. The moment, that my feet
Mhm.
hit the stairs off of the stage, here comes Pedro. And what does Pedro have? Oh, he has a stutter.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
oh well,
So that
it is
seems
what it is. Yeah.
that seems deep. It's like, wow, it seems like it was yeah, because what that means it's not something physical. It has to be something in the brain, like neurological. Maybe it's the way that neurons fire in a certain way. And when you're thinking in a different way, when you're acting and using a different part of your brain, so those neurons can fire easier. And when you're being just Pedro or Doyle, that's the common like neurons you use, and they're the ones that are messed up that like make us stutter, right? It's
Yes. See, and one of the directors, he told me to sing, and I mean, and I am on stage,
hmm
and so I am not, I mean, he is, telling me
yeah.
that I now have to sing, and it just comes out. If I dream everything I wanna be, if I dream all the possibilities, if you just believe in your wildest dreams, they will come true. And it's just weird.
Well, I know people don't stutter when they sing. That's a common thing, and yeah, I mean, I sing too. As you know, I'm in the Sacramento Gay Men's Chorus, and I don't think I ever
That
stutter.
is awesome.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that is so awesome, Doyle.
yeah, we have a big concert coming up at the time. Oh, unfortunately, by the time we this is broadcast, no, actually, by the time this broadcast, it's like 2 weeks from our show. It's our
Okay.
it's our 40th season this year. The Sacramento Gay Men's Chorus is our
Oh, that's
40th show.
amazing.
We're doing a Christmas show December 5th and 6th. You can go to sacgaymen'schorus.com and get tickets. I mean, by the time the show comes out, which is going to be the end of November, they might all be sold out because we've done our last 6 shows have been totally sold out. So,
Oh,
um,
that is awesome. I mean,
yeah,
that is a blessing. I mean,
it's
that is
really
just
cool.
awesome.
It's really cool, and it's a great group of people, and to be involved, it's a good community. So, okay, well, hey, we spent 10 minutes talking about this story. Do you want to try to get back into this story?
Yes, sir.
I think it's going to
Yes,
be one of
sir.
those one story shows. I love it.
It's
Okay,
all good, sir. All
so
right, so here we go.
okay, remember you're being an actor now. So,
Well, it doesn't work that way, Doyle.
well, you're an actor. You're not Pedro. You're the you're storyteller right now. Come on, man.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
You're killing me, Doyle. You're killing me. All right. So here is a map. It leads them on past caverns of gold and past the ruins and statues. And they are weathered and old. In a glistening grotto, soft voices ring. A choir of mermaids begins to sing. And their song speaks of times when oceans were young, of stars that were born and moons that were hung. And they sing of a treasure more precious than light, a gem that glows in the darkest of night. The child feels a pull, a tug on their soul towards the heart of this oceanic goal. Through sapphire waters, guided by the sound, they seek the place where this treasure is bound. And there, in the quiet, where shadows are deep, where the ancient sea giants glide and sleep, they find a pearl with a shimmering core, a piece of the ocean's most hidden lore. It whispers of wisdom, of secrets untold, of storms and waves and tales of old. The child smiles wide, their journey complete. A lifetime of wonders lies at their feet. So back to their submarine, home they steer, with treasures of memory and voices clear. For the deep is a place of stories profound, where mysteries wait, just waiting to be found.
Flawless, flawless. That was like perfection. So it's
I
just
thank you, sir.
it comes and goes, I guess, and that's how.
It's just completely random.
Well, I want to do as I have one here that's a I'm scrolling down. I know I have one here that's a poem, but we read it so we read it together, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
And by the way, what I mean is you do one verse and I do one verse. And there was one version that we read together actually at the same time, but I don't know if that would work. Okay, so we got to read your prompt though. Your prompt was do you want to wait? No, that's not right. This is your prompt right there. So do you want to read the prompt out?
Yes. The prompt is, you know, write a rhyming prose on a curious child who calls a submarine home. And one day, they find a map to a place where a mermaid sing and dolphins race. What secrets will this journey unfold in the depths where mysteries are told?
What, did you even know you had your prompt was rhyming in itself? Map to a place where mermaids and dolphins race. You didn't even know that
Let me tell you,
yeah. Well,
we
hey,
got some skills, Doyle. We got some skills.
mad skills. Yeah. Okay.
We're
So
hashtag awesome.
what?
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
We're hashtag awesome.
Hashtag
There we
awesome.
go.
Okay, great. Hey, I agree. Okay, so this is a poem written in two persons. So I'll be voice one and you can be voice two. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. So and by the way, I should tell you, this is a poem that's written on it's about your bio in the
Really?
your bio on your website, right? So
Wow.
I took your bio and I said, write a romp about the life of Pedro Pena. This is what you have on your podcast as your about on your page.
Oh my gosh.
So let's see what it produced from that. So I'll start with it's called Strength in Every Step.
Oh my gosh.
A poem for two voices, and this is me. This is my life, my story to tell. Each step forward, a personal spell. Through trials and tribulations fierce, I find my voice, both calm and pierced. Yeah, you have a voice both calm and pierced. Okay, now this is you.
Okay. I carry my words, each pause a gift. In silence or stutter, my spirit lifts. With the power of positivity in hand, I face my struggles, bold and grand.
That's cool. I believe it's okay to stutter, to stall, to find strength in each word, even small. A father's pride, a veteran's heart. With courage, I shape every part.
Tools in my belt, ready and sure, to dream, to build, and to endure. I move with purpose, steady and clear, my path defined by grit, not fear.
Nice. And here's my truth for all who hear. If you stutter, know you're held near. Together we stand, no need to hide. We lift each other stride for stride.
So here's my journey. Here's my song. For those who wonder if they belong. Confident, determined, I carry on. In every word, a life reborn.
Wow, that was actually really sweet.
Doyle!
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was
Doyle! Doyle!
yes.
Doyle!
I will send you this. But by the way, I'll
Please.
share this document with you, and you can share it on
It
your. So
it
basically, I took
it
your
hit me. It
yeah. It
um I
good.
mean, it touched my heart.
Yeah, that's great.
Ooh, Doyle.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's great. That's the fun moments we get to experience here. Um,
This is powerful, Doyle.
this
This
is
is powerful.
it can get. I've noticed that it does make very powerful stories when I connect it to personal things with the people who are
Oh my
like
gosh.
my guest who I had on. There's actually his show is being broadcast today as a teacher, and his story that it wrote about him was had him bawling too. So, and this is what I'm
I would
saying.
I would love to have a copy of this and put
Okay,
on my website
I'll
and
definitely. I'll share
give
this.
you all the credit because I mean,
I'll share this document with you as soon as
this
I
hit me
get it.
I mean,
That's nice.
it hit me hard but in a good way. I mean, it's all heart. It's all heart. It's all courage.
Hmm.
It's ooh,
Yeah,
Doyle.
that's great. I've that's what I'm talking about, the intimacy of this show that I get to experience this time with you and I feel it in my soul and my heart and my spirit too. And I can see that it's touching you and I can see that it's affected you. And that's so great. The magic. It's so this magic, the magic of that and to get to experience this together and to be here together and to read this story and to see how it touches you. I mean, that's life. That's the beauty of that's the color and the beauty of life. And
Oh, that's powerful.
I'm so glad I got to be here with you to experience that. And it's and I think the reason it wrote such a powerful story is because of your powerful bio that you have on your website. And by the way, you're a Gulf War veteran. You actually went to the Gulf War. Wow, you actually went in country. You were boots on the ground in the Gulf.
I was in the Air Force, and so during the Gulf War, I was stationed in Turkey, and
Turkey.
so
Yeah.
we had um our base, and we would build up the bombs
Oh wow.
to have them loaded onto the May 10 warthogs.
Hmm.
And so and those planes would head on over and
Wow.
um
Wow.
and do their thing.
Wow. I know that we are at the time this is broadcast is going to be Thanksgiving, and I'm very thankful for you to be on this show. But at the time we're recording it, this Monday is Veterans Day, so thank you for your service. Is
Sure.
that's good coming up on, and I think people don't know the profound what's the word gift that people are giving of their life and their time and their safety and for to protect our country, and I think that's really thank you for doing that. So wow, this is I'm still a little bit verklempt from this story,
I
to be
am
honest.
I mean, I'm shaking, Doyle.
that's that's so cool.
Shaking because I mean, you know, um it completely touched my heart
Yeah.
because this is my life.
So hey,
It's my life.
that's
Ooh,
that's
ooh, Doyle.
that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. Let me sorry. I'm getting a phone call. It's actually my yeah. So like I hope you didn't hear the phone there. Okay. Well, that's
I did.
cool. I feel like that story was so profound that I don't want to sully it with some story that's not as meaningful. So um, let's talk about um, stories about your life and things like I think something I'm trying to go into in my show rather than I'm trying to blend the AI stories with people's real stories, right? And so you've taken this journey from this person, this boy who stuttered as a kid, and probably you were bullied like I was, like in school, and then
Oh,
you,
Doyle.
yeah,
Um, s- in a grade school, no one wanted to hang out with a kid who could not talk and who would spit and sputter, and so I would eat my school lunch in the janitor's
wow,
closet, and so I did that for years and years.
wow,
And
yeah, well,
school, um, it was extremely rough.
yeah,
However, I learned how to survive.
yeah.
And so
Children shouldn't learn how to survive; they should thrive. But yeah,
I spent the bulk of my school life in the boys, restroom in a stall because you know, I did not want to read out loud.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it only happened one time, Doyle. One time, and
Mm,
that was it. I mean, um I blocked, I repeated. And so, in school, you have to stand up and read a paragraph.
yeah.
And once the teacher um you know uh, gave us our a paragraph,
Hmm.
I blocked everything out, Doyle. I blocked everything out and put all of my energy on that single paragraph.
Yeah.
And I mean, I looked at every word, every, a letter and vowel and consonant, and nothing came out. I mean, I blocked and repeated. And so all that I would hear in a classroom of like 30 kids, laughter, and they would call me Porky Pig.
Mm,
And so in my head, I told myself this will never happen again. And so every time that I had to read out loud, I would preemptively raise my hand and go to the boys' restroom, hang out in a stall um until they passed me up, and then I would head back. And so I did that, from a grade one all the way into the 12th grade. I did it in college. I did it in the corporate, world,
hmm.
and I mean, it's called survival.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I have similar stories where I remember having to sing out and read out. I remember crying in second grade, and obviously it's very profound because here I am in my 50s talking about the time I cried in second grade because I had to read out. And just recently in a job on the Zoom, I pretended to have mic problems because I had to speak to a room of like 500 people. And I speak all the time in the meetings and our corporate settings, and I'm a director of a department, and I usually can be very articulate, but that time it just hit me, and you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it's something hits you wrong or hits you right, or however you want to say it, and sometimes it's like, yeah, it's very sad. It's very, very, very sad that we're talking about survival as, and my experience in Ireland is because a lot of people associate stuttering with intelligence, and
oh yes, sir. Oh, I've
yeah,
been called every name in the book. Yeah,
yeah, and I was put into special ed, so I was pulled out of class for about 4 years and special ed,
so was I.
and
Yes, sir.
I don't think my mom could ever get over the idea that I had subpar intelligence because whenever I did well in the future, she thought, "Oh gosh, well, what the heck happened? Like, not that could have been whoever gave that diagnosis might have been mistaken. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I understand the pain for sure.
See, and in school, I made A's and B's.
Hmm.
I made A's and B's, but for 12 years I was isolated, and the only people
Yeah,
who let me in and told me that I could do anything in this world. It was the drama club at my high school,
I guess we
you
fit.
know,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
great.
mean, to this day, they have a special place in my heart because all that I heard is, you know, um, we are here
Hmm.
to support you, to help you. I mean, however that we can help you, we are here to support you. And
That's
I had
great.
never heard that, Doyle.
I
Never in
that,
my entire life.
that's so
I
great that
never
you got.
heard that.
I mean, I found drama too, and actually, I think we might have figured out the mystery of why you love acting so much and how it gives you that warm feeling, and that's so cool. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of our second half here, but I want to thank you so much for coming on. This was a true pleasure. I will share this document with you, of course, and please come back sometime. You've
Doyle,
got about
um,
10 seconds to close, but go ahead.
I mean, I've had the most awesome time. I mean, this has been a huge honor. And yes, sir, I will be back. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is Doyle from Spirit Talk Show, Bedtime Stories for Grown-Ups. Go to the website, spirittalkshow.com, if you'd like to check in and get the information. And have a great night. Say good night, Pedro.